All right, and we are live. Wow. What a week. What a week. And yesterday, the markets were closed in observance of Martin Luther King Day, and it was President Trump inauguration. And the first day triggers some major stock moves. So, we're going to talk about this, the tariffs that might be coming, the emergencies that are being set into place here. Then we also have earnings from DR Horton. We have some news from Apple, more news from Costco. So there's a lot going on, and it's so good to be back. With that said, let's get started. And in this show, this coffee with Markus and Mark. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, January 21st. And in this show, we are going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. Gosh, Mark, it's good to be back.
Yes. Yes, I know you took care of things last week on your own, but I'm happy to be joining you today, even though I hear it's a little bit cold in Texas.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think before we go to the markets and see what's happening here this morning, we gotta hop over and I'll need to show you what happened here this morning. So let me just see if I can play this here really quick. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, a weather report from Texas. It happened, Snowmageddon. As you can see, it has been snowing for at least 2 hours last night, and we have like 2 inches of snow. So it's crazy. This is the worst blizzard that I've seen since I lived in Texas, and I've been here for, 23 years. Now, here are the things. Really, really bad. First of all, our grocery stores ran out of eggs, milk, bread, and they closed last night, and they will not reopen until 10 o'clock this morning. More, even worse, yesterday, my hairdresser canceled on me today, so I cannot get a haircut today. I have to wear this hat for the next day or so, because they say this snow is here to stay for at least another 6 hours. So this means it will be probably 4 o'clock in the afternoon until we can start firing up the grill again. This is catastrophic. So we ask our neighbors for help. So Louisiana, please send shrimp, send crawfish, and this yummy gumbo. Mexico, keep sending us avocados. We really, really need avocados right now. New Mexico. I don't know. I don't know whatever food you have. And Oklahoma, you keep losing to our UT team. Okay. Anyhow, so I am. I think I saw another snowflake. It's coming down. It's still coming down. Okay, seek shelter, stay warm, and hopefully this snow will melt by this afternoon. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, a weather report from Texas. I'm telling you. Okay, let's get rid of this. There we go. All right, let's talk about the markets and let's see what's happening here. So, I mean, on Friday, we were already moving higher, and then again, yesterday closed, and today a little bit of a follow through here.
Yeah, look at that. So a pretty nice week last week, and then of course markets closed yesterday, and it was Trump's inauguration. So a lot of buzz about what's going on with Trump policies and some executive orders, Marcus.
Yeah, and I mean, Trump did not disappoint. Immediately, he declared a national energy emergency, orders the U.S. to withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement, and I think this sentence here, let me just zoom in so that we can see here, says it all. Okay, let's move ahead with traditional oil drilling. We will drill, baby, drill. So that's that's kind of what has been put in place. And as a result, this morning, markets are reacting to this. I mean, this is where crude oil, it's bouncing back a little bit, but dropped on these news.
Yeah, you actually saw a drop that was as low as a 3% loss for the day. Right now, down 1.7%. So, like you said, coming off those lows a little bit, but the initial reaction there with potentially more supply out there having an impact on crude oil for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then, I mean, also just looking at the heat map here, we see that this morning, Tesla is getting hit because I mean there's also something in this emergency order about the car batteries in electric cars, and this is where Tesla This morning, down 3%. And we also see that we have oil and gas, the whole sector, being slightly down here this morning.
Sure. So oil and gas down a little bit with more supply, more drilling there, and then Tesla, renewable energies and in potential green policies not being Trump's in his interest or in the spotlight, and also removing some of the policies or unwinding some of the policies that Biden had put into play uh, prior to Trump being inaugurated. So that not helping electric vehicles or solar or wind.
Well, plus a potential trade war with China. And this morning, we already hear from the vice premier from China that a trade war has no winners and say, okay, this will be bad. So this might also impact Tesla. For Tesla, China is a big market.
Yeah, and it does appear as though investors or analysts actually see this uh, in a slightly optimistic way. Because instead of issuing an executive order and going full fledged into tariffs across the board, which was potentially on the table, Trump is saying that he sees a 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada, but seemed to leave China off the table, at least for now. Not to say that there won't be tariffs imposed, but some just realizing that Trump wasn't as aggressive as expected or as aggressive as he could have been when it came to tariffs.
Yeah. And then we also see another big red blob in the heat map, and that is Apple with a surprise because the analyst Jeffries downgrades Apple to an underperform rating. And I mean, that is shocking for a tech company like Apple, says the revenue might disappoint.
Sure. So Jeffrey's a big analyst, and right there it says it all. Revenue could disappoint. Now there was another analyst, Loop Capital. They also lowered their rating, saying, "quote." They see material iPhone demand reduction, end quote, ahead of its iPhone 17. And it looks like some investors taking some profits there, or maybe unloading a little bit of Apple with the drop we saw today.
Yeah, well, see, and then I looked at our stock screeners this morning and I saw that also Walgreens WBA down 12% this morning. Did you see the news there?
I did not.
The Department of Justice sued Walgreens and said that they contributed to the opioid crisis. Opioid crisis? Yeah, I think that's how you say
Yeah.
it. So, I mean, that's huge. That's big. And as you can see, down 12% this morning. Looking at the percent day winners, on the other hand, we see Dollar General up, Tractor Supply up, Palo Alto Network, and I saw earlier that DRH, Dr. DR Horton, also DRI, I believe. No, DHI,
There you go. There
up
you go.
really, really nicely this morning after reporting earnings. Pulling back a little bit here. Look at that. I mean, wow. If you look at a 5 minute chart, we see that this is a massive reversal here.
Yeah, I mean, it was off to a great start, and it's still positive for the day. And earnings beat on revenue and the earnings per share. But you're right, quite a reversal off of those highs.
Well, crazy. And then we also have Costco. Let's see what Costco does this morning because there's a potential strike coming to Costco. Geez, what do you think? I mean, Costco's shaking it off, up 0.3% this morning.
That is interesting because headlines show that Costco Teamsters voted in favor of a nationwide strike um, as a result of their continued failure to bargain constructively and refusal to present a fair contract offer that reflects the company's record breaking profits. But you're right. Looks like investors are shaking it off and not too concerned right now.
Yeah. Now, before we move over to our positions and see what's happening there, we just got to take a look also at cryptocurrencies. I mean, Bitcoin here, just having, wow, a wild ride. If you look at yesterday during Trump's inauguration, I mean, as high as 109,000, setting a new intraday record, and as low as 99,000. I mean, that is a pretty good 10% swing in just a day. Today, up again and right now trading at 105,000.
Look at that, coming right back. I think some really expected Trump to mention Bitcoin in his inaugural address, or be a little more crypto friendly with some of the comments. But after that pullback from those highs, some nice follow through today.
I mean, you think that he is cryptocurrency friendly? I mean, we now have the official Trump cryptocurrency. Look at this, that started trading just a few days ago. And wow, what a move. So we started trading just around $10, moved up all the way to $80 here, and then pulling back right now to $40. I mean, wow, what a wild ride for the first official Trump cryptocurrency.
Just crazy. And there was Melania coin too.
And there's Melania coin too. So we got to take a look at this Melania coin right here. Okay. I mean, opening up at around what here it was around $11, trading as high as yesterday. Let me see if I can zoom in here. I don't see yesterday, but around a little bit over 14, falling back to 4. Well, there's definitely some volatility there.
Trump media, DJT, it looks like we have a bit of a buy the rumor, sell the fact, or sell the news situation. DJT on its biggest drop since November of 2024.
Right. I mean, down 12%. And by the way, I found this very, very interesting. Yesterday at the inauguration, we had Mark Zuckerberg attending. Wasn't he the one that kicked Trump off Facebook?
Yeah, and maybe there was some pressure there, and some people are thinking that it wasn't necessarily his fault. I mean, who knows? But there was definitely the who's who of tech and billionaires at the inauguration.
Yeah. All right. Let's hop over to our positions and see what is happening here with our positions. And first up, we go to our WTF positions. No new positions today, no exits. And first up, one of our WTF positions today taking a hit, which is Apple. So Apple, we bought it at 233, right now down, and we added on a 5% drop according to our plan.
Exactly. So picked up some more shares here, and I mean, this is where it's the long-term trend down or up, and with this strategy it doesn't really matter. This appears to be a bit of an overreaction and an oversold situation, so picking up some more shares and just looking for a little bit of a pop and follow through to the upside, and then it could really head in either direction. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. So we'll see Disney this morning. Let's see what Disney is doing. And Disney up very, very nicely, 1.3%. We entered at 108.68, right now trading just below our entry point. I should probably bring this up here. So we might actually see an exit tomorrow or on Thursday. And this one here so far is working out great, especially with today's move.
Agreed.
Finally, EA Electronic Arts. That is our third one. Let me actually get rid of the volume here for just a moment so that we can hide it and we see what's going on there. So here we entered at 146.67. Today, overall a little bit down, up 0.2% for the day, but down on the position, 142.28 right now. So we'll see what happens here. But no new trades because there's no fear in the market right now that we can win. WTF stands for win the fear and nothing. So 3 positions, and we were able to close out a bunch of positions on Friday.
Yep.
All right. Hopping over to our wheel positions and let's see what's going on there. And first up, CSIQ today, down what 1.6%. No surprise, right after Trump said, yeah, I mean, drill baby drill, we are going doubling and tripling down on oil exploration. So solar stocks taking a little bit of a hit, but I'm okay. 1.6%, it could have been way worse.
I agree, and right now trading at some support. So we'll see where this goes, but I would say that this is positive, even though it's down, considering everything that's a expected and b going on right now.
Yeah. For sure. HAL, I mean, had a great move recently. I mean, right now down a little bit because overall oil is down, crude oil is down, but still having a really, really good move. I'm moving very, very close here to my break even, which is currently at 31.61. Right now we are trading at 29.86. This morning we were trading as high as 30.86. So getting really, really close to my break even. Loving this move that we have had here over the past few weeks.
Yeah, that's exactly where we wanted to go, and keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking. And then talking about keeping on trucking, BP, that is the stock that you're in. I'm not. And BP really having a nice move here over the past few weeks. I mean, BP went up, what, around 14%.
Yeah, real nice move there. It looks like maybe we have a little bit of a resistance at 32 and pulling back just a tiny bit today, but liking this move over the last few weeks.
Yeah. KSS Coles today having a great day. So Coles up today. 2% was as high as what? Where were we this morning? 13.55, pulling back a little bit right now. Still trading below my break even and my cost basis here right now. But seems that we have found some support at around 12.50 and now looking for the bounce back here.
Not one I'm in, but hoping for a move higher for you.
Yeah. Merck. I mean, Merck had my head scratching last week and also this morning, moving lower again after we had a few good days here and we were trading right around the 100 level. So this is where we had some trading around these levels here. Now today down 1.6%. Didn't see any news that could cause it, but we'll see. So hoping that this support level that we have had here over the past 8 weeks will hold, and now we keep moving higher.
Yeah, I was trading in a nice range, Marcus. I did see that Morgan Stanley adjusted its price target from 123 to 113. So maybe that adjustment by an analyst is contributing to the drop a little bit.
There's still a lot of upside between 96 and 113. So we'll see if some buying
Agreed.
comes in there. All right, and then UPS. I flew a rescue mission on UPS and really loving what I see here right now. So after my rescue mission, my cost basis right now at 144.50, my break even at 127. So right now we are trading at 133. Very, very, very nicely trading above my break even here. And today having a great day, up 2.5%. And for UPS, that is a huge move.
Oh yeah, that's looking good. And you managed that rescue there to bring down your cost basis perfectly. A little bit jealous on this one. I was keeping an eye on it, saw it pull back a little bit more, but then it took off and just a real nice move over the last what 6 trading sessions.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, looking ahead of what's going on here this week. I mean, on the economic calendar, not much happening at all. Nothing today. Tomorrow, we have the CB leading index, the yellow flag report. On Thursday, President Trump is speaking again, potentially. On Friday, the flash manufacturing PMI. So, not a whole lot going on the economic report front this week.
Yeah, a real light economic calendar, but it's getting heavy with earnings.
It is getting heavy with earnings. So we see a lot of earnings going on this morning. 3M, Charles Schwab, DR Horton. After the bell today, Netflix. So this will be one of the first tech companies reporting earnings here. We'll see. Other than this, we have the good old Dow components. We have Capital One, we have United Airlines, Procter and Gamble, Johnson and Johnson, Discover Financial, GE Aerospace, Union Pacific, American Express, Verizon. So kind of not a whole lot tech going on other than Netflix. And we'll see. I mean, whatever happens to Netflix might happen to Disney, a position that we are in.
Yeah. Yeah. So earnings season heating up next week and the following week, the heaviest of earnings season, but still quite a few big names this week.
Yeah. Next week, we have the Fed meeting. And right now, if you're looking at the probabilities here, we see that right now it is a 99.5% probability that the Fed will keep interest rates the same. And the question is, what do they do after that? And this is where we see, okay, still looking like we might get a cut somewhere around May, June. At this point, everybody is expecting the Fed to keep interest rates high on the next meeting. And even in the March meeting, a 73% probability that the Fed is keeping rates at these high levels.
Looks like the Fed's gonna sit tight for a little bit. Marcus, do you think that they'll cut in June, or do you think it could be later?
You know what? There's so much uncertainty right now that is going on. First of all, what exactly is happening with these tariff wars, with the trade wars? Okay, are there really 25% tax on goods from Mexico, from Canada? What is happening with China here? I mean, this is of course, and then we'll see what does the employment market do? What does oil do? I mean, there's so much uncertainty. I would say honestly, I mean, this right now is for entertainment purposes only. I firmly believe that there is no rate cut in the January meeting. And after this, everything is on the table because we have a lot of data coming in between next week's meeting and then the upcoming meetings here. So we'll see.
So true.
So true. Okay. What else? Looking at what is happening in the markets here again, we are right now trading nicely above the 50-day moving average in the S&P. Today up 0.5%. The Nasdaq lagging today, still up 0.2%, also above the 50-day moving average, but being dragged down by Apple and Tesla. And then we have the Dow, the clear winner today, trading at session highs, up almost a percent, 0.94%.
Look at that. Look
Look at
at
that.
that. Small
And
caps on the move too.
the VIX, the fear has left the building. VIX trading right now at levels that we haven't seen since when? This was December 27th. So in a couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens here. But low volatility seems that right now what the markets want to do is go up. Maybe soon making new all-time highs. We shall see.
Looks like that's where S&P wants to go, though.
All right. Well, we hope that you enjoyed today's show. And if you did, do us a favor, give us a like. And if you feel that this was great information worth sharing, please, there's a share button somewhere here that you can share it with others. We really appreciate it. And with that said, have a great rest of your week. Stay warm wherever you are, especially when you're in Texas. Be careful out there. I heard that now there's polar bears roaming around our neighborhood. And with that said, have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Happy trading, everybody.